Okay, hi everyone, welcome back. And in this video, we are going to check out XLM's chart. And if you remember, in the previous update, we were right around this area. And the idea was either we have completed a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to about this point, and now it's time for a move down, or maybe this is an A, B, C in form of a running flat structure into our wave 4, and we can get another move up into wave 5, but then after it, we should expect some sort of a move down in XLM. So what happened? Definitely this scenario, and I think now we can say maybe this is actually the end of our wave 5. Now, in here we had a move down, but the question is, can we say our move down is over? The answer, I would say, is most likely no, and I'm going to show you two different possibilities. One scenario is this one, suggesting this point is the end of this impulse. And what do we have starting from this high? I think this might be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave impulsive structure down, followed by that, if I just zoom in more, okay, I think this is an A, B, C zigzag, and this is kind of a bearish setup, indicating this move is going to continue, and maybe we are going to have an ABC in form of a zigzag structure, which the subwaves for it are going to be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into A, correction for wave B, maybe ABC, maybe WXY, maybe even a triangle, doesn't really matter, and then, excuse me, another 5 wave on the downside into wave C. Let's go on the live chart and see what's happening, and maybe it's best to go on like 5-minute time frames. So I believe this can be, let's just take this one, okay, from this high to about probably this point, 5 down into 1, A, B, C structure into wave 2, and maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, another move down into wave 5, which on a higher degree might be into wave 3, and then we're gonna have correction for 4, and at least yet another move down into wave 5. And at that point, okay, you can argue that we completed the subwaves for, you know what, an A, B, C zigzag. So based on this scenario, I do like to say our move down in XLM is going to continue a little bit more. Question is, what is a likely target for this move? I think you can get help from classic technical analysis and also some gaps, because when this move up happened, it was a little bit too fast, and as a result of it, in H4 time frame, we did create a decent gap somewhere around the 27 to about 27.5 cents area. And I believe gaps 95+% of the time are going to get filled. So since at the same time, I'm thinking we're going to continue this move down, well, makes sense to say maybe a likely target for this move is going to be reaching to somewhere around here, which means we can have, starting from the current point, about like a 10-12% move on the downside. So for now, I believe we're going to get something like this. Now, about the second scenario, in that case, we are going to argue maybe this wasn't actually a running flat after all, and this is the end of our wave 4, and the end of this wave 5 is going to be right in here. In that case, I think we should consider the possibility of having, starting from this point to about here, an ABC in form of an expanded flat structure, which is going to be, pay attention, into a larger degree wave W. This is still an ABC into wave X, and the current move down might be in form of a zigzag structure into our wave Y, completing the subwaves for a WXY in form of a flat and zigzag. And do not get me wrong, I still believe this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm gonna say it's gonna be into a wave A, correction for wave B, another move down into our C leg. And as you can see, once more, the conclusion is kind of the same, meaning it seems like this move down in XLM is going to continue a little bit more. Now, can we say after filling this gap, we are going to continue our move down? And for example, maybe this is going to be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down, or maybe we are having an ABC, and then from here we are going to have a very strong bounce back. Well, the answer is, unfortunately, right now I do not have a good answer for you, but here is what I have to say. I think we should just wait a little bit more and see a move down to about these areas, and then from this point we need to take everything step by step and go on some lower time frames and see what the subwaves in here are looking like. Okay, if we see some bullish signs at that point, we're going to say, you know what, this is an ABC, and our uptrend is going to continue soon. On the other hand, if in here I see a correction structure, a slow and choppy move up, that can be a bit of a different story, and at that point we need to count on another move down. But For now, I do not believe that we should talk about these scenarios playing out. For now, let's just focus on this move down, and then when it happens, we will make new updates and see what are we doing. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in a solar lumens chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.